Hi, I am Mrs. Gochin, the Media Specialist at William Annan Middle School. In this video, I will show you how to gather the citation information for a database article and fill in the citation section on the front of your database note sheet. First, let's find a database article to use. I have searched EBSCO Student Research Center database and found a magazine article about global warming. Let's cite this article. We look at our database note sheet, and first thing we notice is that we need to make sure we fill in the bottom half of the note sheet where it says online database articles. Students often make that mistake and begin filling in the top part, which is for print sources. We look at our database note sheet and we see that we need the author name, we need the title of the article, and we need the name and type of source, meaning the name and type of the source where the article was originally published before being put in the database. We also need various dates, such as publication date of the article, the date we accessed or viewed it, as well as the page numbers the article can be found on in the original source, and what's the database company and name of the database that we found this article in. So, looking at the article, we see that information for the citation is at the top of the article in the title, author, and source fields. This is very convenient for us. The citation information is always either at the top of the article or at the very bottom of the article. Most of the time, it is not in MLA format, our required format, but it may be in some type of a format, so you have to carefully pull out the information you need. Let's begin filling in our citation on the database note sheet. The first field we need is the author of the article. So we look at our article, we find that author field, and we see the author is Laura Tangley. It's written last name, comma, first name in the article. You can write it that way on your database note sheet, or you can change it to first name, last name, if that's easier for you to understand. I find that's easier for me to understand, so I usually translate it to first name, last name. Okay, the next field we need is the title of the article. And if we go back to the article, we see there's a title field, and the title is Out of Sync. Notice that it's in all caps, all capital letters. So that's exactly how we write it on our sheet. Now, Noodle Tools may give you an error message. Oops. Because it's all in caps, but you should always write the title of the article exactly the way you see it in the article. Okay, next we need information about the original source of the article. That is where it was originally published before it was put in the database. Some databases have what is called original content, which is articles that were written just for that database and were not published anywhere else. Marshall Cavendish databases are original content. In that case, you would put none for the source, the name of the source, the name of the source, and then for type of source, you would circle original content. For our article, there is a source, and it's found on the source field. Our source name is National Wildlife World Edition. So that is what we will type for name of source. Next, we need to identify the type of source. That is, what is National Wildlife? Is it a magazine, newspaper, journal, etc.? The way I know is because when I was searching the database, I selected magazines as my filter so that I was only looking at magazines, and then I chose this article. So I know that National Wildlife is a magazine, and this is a magazine article. So on my database note sheet, I'm going to circle magazine. Okay, so now I've circled magazine. The next two fields are publication date and page numbers. This information is also found on the source field after the name. April-May 2005 is our publication date, and then we look along the line for a lowercase p, meaning page numbers, and then we look at the numbers after that. In our case, it's a range of pages from page 26 through page 34. It's a 9-page article. So we're going to write the 26 and 34 for our page numbers and April-May 2005 for our publication date. So on the publication date field, we type. So we typed April-May 2005 in the publication date, and now we'll type the range of page numbers 26 to 34 in the page numbers field. Final thing we need for these fields is the date we accessed or viewed the database article. So we will put in today's date, but that is in fact the date that I am recording this video. So that is March 24th, 2014. The last piece of information needed is the database you found the article in. This includes both the name of the company and the name of the database. In our case, EBSCO is the company name, so we will check off the box next to EBSCO. But we also need to put in the name of the actual database used. And we subscribe to several EBSCO databases. The way to know which database? Look on the screen with the article. It should be up in the top left corner for EBSCO databases. So Student Research Center, that's our database. And we're going to put that name on the line next to the words plus database used. So we're going to enter Student Research Center. That's it. We have completed our database citation. Always check to make sure you did not leave a field blank before going on to take notes from the article. You want to have a complete citation. I hope this video helps you when you are citing your own database articles. Remember, I am available before or after school and during the school day to assist you if you have any problems. Good luck with your database citations, and thanks for listening.